What is the impact of uterine infection on farm economy? See, this I have given from a compiled different sources. What is the incidence of the uterine infection or the prevalence of the uterine infection across the globe? If you see, Denmark 6, UK 10, Spain less than 5%, USA 10%, and Australia 10, Brazil 10, all these countries, it is less than 10%. Whereas if you take some of the third world countries, including India, if you see, the incidence is more than 25 to 30%. So from this, one can very easily visualize why this much difference. It is because of mere husbandry practices that is followed. The husbandry practices that is followed for the dairy animal, especially during the period before and after calving and other areas. So that makes a lot of difference in the prevalence of the uterine infection. So if we can improve these husbandry practices, we can also reach this particular thing. So for that reason only, I have given this prevalence. Yes, there is prevalence, and there are clear-cut differences in the prevalence of the uterine infection between the herds and between the countries and between the managemental measures. Having said so, in India, more than 25% of the animals are these things. What it does, and this was the question they told, beyond the uterus. What is the impact of this uterine infection? So initially we thought it is uterine infection. There are a little bit pus. When we inseminate, the semen cannot survive, and ultimately the conception do not take place, or even if it takes place, the embryo dies. But the effect of uterine infection beyond the uterus is very much important. How I will say. First and foremost thing is, you all know very well there is a MA syndrome, metritis, mastitis, Agalacchia syndrome in case of the pigs. And similar conditions do exist in case of cows, but not to that much. So there is every possibility that the animal which is infected in the uterus will have a mastitis as well. And second, the bacteria that is in the uterus, or the releasing the toxins released by the bacteria, that goes into different organs in the body. First and foremost thing is it goes to the brain, and it affects the surge of the LH. Of course, FSH, it is not having much correlation with the uterine infection because the follicle develops. But the development of the large follicle or ovulation in an animal which is affected with a uterine infection is typically affected. What we expect is a good amount of LH peak in a desired time, good amplitude and good frequency in a desired time. But what happens in the animal which is affected with a uterine infection is LH peak is there, but the amplitude is not that much, and it is untimely surge. So that delays the ovulation, and invariably, even you inseminate the animal may not conceive because of the denied ovulation. That is one. Second thing, because it affects the LH and the estrogen secretory capacity of the follicle as well, because the toxins get into the ovary where the follicle is getting developed, and it affects the oocyte quality is getting altered, and the granulosa cells, they do not produce much of the estrogen which normally produces. In the uterine infection affected animal, the estrogen level is low. So once the estrogen level is low, the animal cannot exhibit a behavioral estrus, and that poses a problem in the estrus detection as well. And the oocyte quality is getting deteriorated. And after that, these toxins, they cause to lameness also. Because of the lameness, the animal cannot exhibit again the overt estrus behavior signs. And besides this, these have the infection, or this uterine infection compromises the whole uterine immunity, not only uterine immunity, but also the general immunity of that particular animal, making the animal susceptible to other conditions as well. So this much is the effect of the uterine infection on the reproductive cyclicity or reproductive events of this particular animal. Having said so, 25% is the infection rate, and these are all the effect. What it culminates? It culminates into impaired reproductive success. That is, the consequences are quite right. This is a study conducted by us only when I was in NDRI Karnal, and involving large number of the animals. You see the crossbred, zebu, and more than 1,000. So if you see, the milk yield 300 liter is reduced in this sort of animal. 300 liter in case of buffaloes at the rate of 50, you calculate how much is the loss to the farmer. It's in one lactation. And coming to the reproductive events, the days in first year. So when we do the first year in the postpartum, that day is extended by 10 to 15 days. Service period is by 20 days. And calving interval again 25 to 30 days. You may consider what 20 days. 20 days for a single animal may not look like exaggerated. But if we see 10 animals or 100 animals, then it definitely affects the farm economy. This is the impact of the uterine infection on the reproductive parameters. So it clearly indicates a lot of days are being wasted because of this particular thing, irrespective of the species. So ultimately, it leads to this much loss. And as per in Indian conditions, we don't have a very great estimates of what is the loss of uterine infection because we don't have much systematic studies. Whatever the studies we have conducted is a handful of animals or a handful of the samples to estimate this is the loss, that is the loss. So I took a help of the data that is available in abroad, where robust mechanism and using a large scale data was used. So if you see the direct loss, it is 62 pounds per case, means based on the milk yield and the treatment cost only. And indirect losses, all this calving interval and other things, it is around 69 pounds. So it totally translates certain amounts into, if you see, one animal, if it is affected with the uterine infection, we are going to lose almost $350. And that is huge for our farmers, especially in our condition. Although our animals are not that much high producer, but correspondingly, the effect also will be there in case of farm economy. And just I have worked out one case. If we calculate these results over 1,000 cow, because earlier I shared that in India, more than 25% of the animals are infected. I take a minimum of 20%. Then also at least 5 million INR is the loss for 1,000 cows if you calculate. So this much is the big view of panoramic view of this uterine infection, what it does to our economy, Indian economy.